My name's Juliana, and where do I begin? My husband Craig and I decided to move our lives and our son to the island of Sardinia in Italy, my father's homeland. Join us on our new journey as I share my culture, heritage and passion for all things Simply Sardinian. We have come out for a walk, Kiana and Luca and Ozzy, because we've had some really warm weather and then it's rained and then some really warm weather again. So we're thinking that we might find some wild asparagus. So we're on the hunt. Kiana hasn't ever picked wild asparagus again, so she's having a little lesson in finding the plant, knowing which plant it is, and seeing if we can find some asparagus. You always feel like you're in Australia because we found a little wood full of eucalyptus trees. You find the asparagus?
Find the truffles?
Find the truffles. Ozzy, come on.
Where's that coming from?
Trying to find a way to see Luca. He's coming, Luca. We need to do that. We really got funny. Trying to hold everyone together.
Come on, let's...
Not exactly.
Is it really muddy? No! Ozzy! No! I can't believe you just... No! Ozzy! Stop! Kiana's like,
Uh-oh. How did we get through? Ew.
No, you chose the right place to go.
No, but I couldn't go back.
so this gentleman has just stopped and he has been picking wild fennel, which just grows on the side, and he makes minestrone soup and he puts fresh, he said it was white beans through it, and apparently this will last forever, but the actual perfume from it is so strong I could actually eat it now. So yeah, I think I need to make minestrone now. We are going back to Cabris, going back to the big house, go and see the kids. We have had some really nice blue skies, sunshine, 18 degrees, really nice weather for the past few days. And today I had the intention of going down, giving Ozzy a really good beach walk. We go to the beach. And yeah, just make the most of the nice weather and relax really, because we got confirmation a few days ago that the builders are going to be starting on Tuesday with all the groundwork and excavation work that needs to happen in the land next door. So I thought, you know what, let's just take a few days out. We haven't really recorded very much. We did do another little walk the other day looking for asparagus, and just want to enjoy some downtime, I think, before the craziness and the dust and the noise and all the other stuff that goes with building a house involves. So it's a bit overcast, it's a bit grey, but I still think it is nice walking weather. So we might head over to San Giovanni, our favourite beach, and go for walkies. We go for a walk, Ozzy? Well, we made a little detour. We were heading to San Giovanni, as you can see in the background, but instead decided to come to Fontana Mega, which is another beach along the coastline that we really enjoy coming to. We are normally here in the summertime. My uncle has a strip of land here. I say a strip, it's quite big, but it is somewhere up there, and it is where we come in the summer with the family, always on a Sunday. There's usually around 20 of us, sometimes 30, and we have big family lunches up there with this spectacular view right in front of us. We play games. My uncle brings his I think it's accordion. My other cousin brings the guitar. We have a good sing-song, and yeah, just really good summer family time up here. Been doing it for years and years and years. My kids have got some of the best memories of coming up here, and whenever we have any visitors coming over from the UK or Australia or whatever, that is one of the things that we always make a point of doing, is going to Zio Silvio's on a Sunday and everyone just loves it. Everyone just absolutely loves it. They're always like, oh my god, this is like something you watch in a movie about the Italian lifestyle and whatever. So yeah, but it is a very different place in winter. I think it's supposed to rain soon, so we are going to try and get Ozzy out for his big walk before the rain comes and show you some of this amazing coastline. Don't know if you can see it, but it's full of like nuraghe and hills, and it's just really, really pretty. So I've only gone maybe about 100 metres, not even. The dogs come back and I've lost Craig. Obviously Ozzy knows where Craig is. I think he might be behind this shrubbery taking pictures because he absolutely loves it up here. And I can just make him out now. Ozzy! Ozzy! Come on! Here he comes. Well, Ozzy made the big journey from Australia at the end of November. We went and collected him in Rome, and he's 10 years old. Well, he's 10 years old this year. And this dog, you would think that he's never been away, and you have just ruined my video. Last week's video where I was talking about the houses and renovating in Italy really garnered so many views, and I've had quite a lot of people asking questions about different things. So I think given the amount of interest that video has had, I might do, I don't know whether to do a live or to do a Q&A, which I think would probably be best because there's just too many people to try and get back to. So I thought, well, some people have got the same questions, others have got some interesting questions. Again, I really need to emphasise, I'm not a professional, I'm just someone who has come to Italy and is now on to their third build. So any advice that I give isn't professional advice, it is just my personal experience of buying and building, renovating properties in Sardinia. I understand that a lot of other people might have some different experiences, and that's fine. I'm just sharing what my experience was. So let me know in the comments, and if you've got any other questions, and we might do a little Q&A and just try and answer everyone at the same time. So let me know. Ozzy has been here since the end of November. He made the big journey from Australia and we picked him up in Rome at the end of November. And honestly, I'm just after saying to Craig, it is so strange doing all these things, and finally we've got Aussie dog here with us. He's going to be 10 this year, and I feel like he's just become like a puppy again. He is absolutely loving life, and you just would not believe that he's only been here for 2 months and not forever. And Craig and I are a bit in, what would you say, Craig? Not awe, but it is really strange for us seeing Aussie here roaming about, yeah, and doing all the walks and things that we love to do. He's just loving it. He's just sniffing everything. He's going in and out all the bushes and different things. And yeah, we get a lot of wild boar, chingyale, around here. They all live up there. Can get a bit aggressive. But yeah, I think you can smell them. But I suppose all the different types of fauna and flowers and bushes and different things, he's just loving life. It's so good to see him. Now, although we're building and renovating,
I want that one.
we want that one right in front of the ocean, looking out onto the Med.
It's the only one there.
Yeah, it is the only one there.
You can't build there anymore.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think it's like a lawyer from Milan.
Is
Their
it?
family owned it years and years and years ago, before all the building laws, and they built a villa there on the land that they had, and then the laws changed and no one else could build it. There was no other house could build it. All this land's all built.
Come on, Oz. Good boy. I've just realised that the colour of Aussie's coat and this pathway, dusty pathway, is almost the same. So I'm losing sight of Aussie because he seems to be blending in. So this house is amazing. It looks straight onto the sea, and the views are immense. So the past few days we have had quite unseasonably warm weather. We've had around 17, 18 degrees, and already some of the little wildflowers that you normally see in spring have started to pop up, and it is so pretty, but it's really strange to see it in the second week of January. It's very pretty. This is a typical Sardinian fisherman hut, or at least it's typical to this area, Sienese, and this has actually been restored, although I can see there's some vandals, disgusting, that have got in, but this was actually restored, and I think the money or the funding came from the European Union, one of their cultural funds. And this area used to be dotted in lots of these little fisherman huts. And Ozzy, come on. And for some reason, I believe it was during the 70s or the 80s, they started taking them down, and really they should have been protected. They should really have been protected. I don't know if I should go in, but have a look. I hate to see things like this. Hate it. But yeah.
That is amazing, look at this. Well, they're swallows, I think, aren't they? I've got it, look.
Oh my god, that is unreal. I don't know if it's going to pick up in the video, but this is unbelievable. These birds. I'm not sure if those swallows or what they are, but there's literally thousands of them. And what a show they're putting on.
See when they change direction.
Yeah. So we have reached the top of our walk, and this is, and I'm probably going to get a bit of backlash, it's not a nuraghe, which is one of the really ancient Sardinian towers that seem to be dotted everywhere around the island. I believe either Dad or one of my uncles told me that this was an old Spanish lookout tower. Obviously when we had the Spanish here, and this is right on the tip of this inlet, and the weather's starting to turn as well. So we have walked from over here all the way around, and it has been a little bit hairy at times. We did do this walk last year, and you have to be really careful where you're walking, because some of the path is actually gone just with the beach erosion. So Craig has put Ozzy on the lead, and yeah, we just need to be really careful walking back, I think. Craig, I've just realised you've got a stick.
That's for the dog.
Yeah, right. You've got a stick. Every time we go on a walk, you find a stick. The boys used to do that when they were little, go looking for sticks.
Look,
Yeah,
my stick.
yeah, that's your story and you're sticking to it. Pardon the pun.
Sticks are fine, aren't they, Ozzy?
I've had to sit down for a minute. I think I've rolled my ankle because it is a bit rocky. But Craig and I were just having a bit of a chat there, and really just discussing how this is medicine for your soul. I feel it's so much more here in Sardinia especially, and a lot more when I'm in this part and got San Giovanni. I don't know, it's just real medicine for your soul, for your mental health. You just decompress the minute you get up here. The fresh air, I think the backdrop, there's a lot of archaeological sites around here as well, so I don't know, you just sort of, without sounding cheesy, you just sort of feel like, I don't know, you're at one with Mother Nature and something bigger out there. But definitely coming up here and just spending time walking and being out in the fresh air, it really cements for us why we have moved over here. We just feel like we're totally out of the rat race, and you know, just keeping your head down all the time and working and saving and paying the bills and just hoping that, you know, you can snatch those 2-3 weeks a year to go off somewhere. And you know, for us it was always like, as soon as you arrive somewhere, it did take you the best part of your holiday to get to a place where you were relaxed and you were decompressed, and then it was time to go back and start it all again. So yeah, I think this little walk and new year, new beginnings, new adventures ahead, it just really enforces that, yeah, we did make a really good decision, and how lucky we are that we were able to do it. I think so much of our old life was, you would, you know, go onto YouTube and look at those videos and tune into other influencers and other people that were really brave and courageous and made the leap, and you know, sometimes with nothing, absolutely nothing, they were just like, no, packing up this life, I need to start a new one. And you know, you sort of felt like you were living a little bit of your life through the lens of someone else's life. So yeah, we're really thankful that we are here and we're able to do this. So the weather has turned, the rain is on, so I think it's time to head home, take Ozzy back. I think he's going to sleep today. But this has been absolutely amazing. So glad I've done this today. I nearly didn't, but I'm so glad that I did.